Hi friends, it's Miss Lonnie here. It's almost that time again to say goodnight. So I have another fun story for you to read with one of my favorite characters, Pete the cat. I know so many of you like him as well. And this story is called Pete the Cat and the Bedtime Blues. And it's written by Kimberly and James Dean. There's Pete the cat getting ready for bed. Pete and the gang had a great day. They'd been at the beach, surf and sun and fun. Tons of fun. Let's count how many friends Pete has. Three. But when the sun went down, they didn't want the fun to end. And Pete had an idea. He's a thinking cat. I wonder what his idea might be. Hey, how about a sleepover? More time for tons of fun. Groovy. Pete's Place. Let's go. What kind of transportation are they using? Yep, you're right. The party was far out, but they knew they couldn't stay up all night. The gang decided it was time to say goodnight. On went the pajamas, and out went the lights. Good night, Gus. Good night, alligator. Good night, Toad. Good night, Pete. Pete was just about to catch some Z's when clap, clap, clap. Who did that? Pete asked. It was me, said Grumpy Toad. I don't want to go to bed. I just want to clap instead. This cool cat needs to go to bed. Good night, Gus. Good night, alligator. Good night, Toad. Good night, Pete. Time to sleep. Well, Pete tried again to grab some Z's when rat-a-tat-tat. Who did that? Pete asked. Well, it was me, said Gus the platypus. I don't want to go to bed. I just want to jam instead. Pete covered his head. This cool cat needs to go to bed. It's time to sleep. Good night, Gus. Good night, alligator. Good night, Toad. Good night, Pete. Pete closed his eyes to catch some Z's when he heard munch, Munch, munch. Pete had a hunch it was alligator. He was always up for eating. What could Pete do? Looks like the alligator wants to eat some pizza. What is Pete gonna do? Any ideas? All the clapping, rat-a-tat-tatting, and munching was giving him the bedtime blues. But Pete had a groovy idea. He got out his favorite bedtime story and he started to read. First to himself and then to the gang. Wonder what story Pete is reading to his friends. Pete noticed it was finally quiet. No more clapping. No more rat-a-tat-tatting, and no more munching. They all settled down. No one made a sound. Pete yawned and turned off the light. Good night. Sleep tight. Time to catch some Z's. Tomorrow was another day for surfing, sun, and tons of fun. Pete sure seems to have a good time with his friends. Well, it's time for you all to get ready for bed too and say goodnight. Sleep tight, and tomorrow have tons of fun. Love you all. Good night.